Hi and welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back. If you have visited before, I very much appreciate it. My name is Angela and this is a little corner on the internet where I share everything about what I'm making, the crafts that I'm exploring and enjoying. Today, this is a special episode dedicated to my last finished project, the Whitmoor Cardigan, and everything about it. I like to make these episodes dedicated to one project only, where I can share everything about them. I usually start with the pattern, my choices, my modifications, and then my experience. And today will be all about the Whitmoor Cardigan. And this is a pattern from Amy Lowden. This is a pattern from Amy Lowden. It has been published in February 2021. And you can purchase it on Ravelry for $9 British pounds or $12.52. It has 698 projects and over 1,000 people have the Whitmoor Cardigan in their quiche. Let's see, as a yarn, it's meant to be worked with one strand of fingering and one strand of lace yarn held together, which can create the DK weight yarn. So I assume that if you had a DK weight yarn on its own, it should work also. It is available in sizes ranging from extra small to 6X. And it is available in French and in English. The gauge is 21 stitches and 28 rows. I have no idea what my gauge was. I have not done a gauge swatch, but I will measure it. I meant to do it before I started recording, but I haven't. So I'll do it and I put it up on the screen. You will need 3mm needles. They're used for the ribbing up on the top, at the bottom, and for the cuffs. Then 2.75mm DPNs are used for the button band that it's worked at the same time as the rest of the cardigan. And the body of the cardigan is done with 4mm needle. So it is worked top down and seamlessly. So the button band is worked at the same time as the rest of the cardigan. A lot of people, if you read project comments or if you scroll through the project, did not like that. Some people called it insane. I have to admit, it is a little fiddly, and I cannot count how many times pulling out my project from the project bag I have pulled the DPN out. But I have very much enjoyed doing it this way. Once your length is done, it's all done. All you got to work on is the sleeves. And once the sleeves are done, all you got to do is just weave in your ends and you're done. I am not a huge fan of picking up stitches. I find it hard to make it look even and figure out how close or how spaced my stitches should be. So working it this way, I found it great. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it this way. What else about the pattern? So you would need 1,085 to 2,262 yards of each yarn, that depends, because there's two variations that you can pick. You can do longer or shorter length of the cardigan. I opted out for longer length, and the only difference, so it hits about, my hip bones are right here, so it hits about right, maybe 1 centimeter, 1 inch below my hip bone. And the shorter one was one less button band, so it would be about this much shorter, I'm guessing. And you could pick in between tapered or bishop sleeves. I went for the bishop sleeves. I really like the look of it, and so I have used a little bit more of a yarn so than if you would have opted out for the other two options. And let me tell you about my yarn choice and my modifications. So I have picked the worst yarn I could have picked for this project, I guess. That's what I get for being cheap. Not necessarily. I have heard a lot of people talking about drops yarn, and I saw that it was quite popular. I have also seen quite a few people talking about alpaca, and that alpaca is very soft. So I have picked alpaca from Drops. It is 100% alpaca. It is 50 grams per ball of yarn, and it is a fingering weight. I do love the color. The color is stunning. It is petroleum, and the number is 7240. It is itchy. It is not crazy itchy, but it is rustic for sure. I held it double with Kit Silk. Again in the color Petroleum, which is, let me see if the number is up here somewhere, 24. This is 25 grams lace weight yarn, and it is 75% mohair and 25% silk. This one is very itchy. Really, really, really itchy. I have also heard that the darker the color, the more itchy silk mohair can be, or mohair can be. I don't know. I don't have an experience to confirm or deny. This is the only silk mohair from Drops yarn that I have ever worked with, and it will be the last for sure. I have since ordered some other brands just to compare them and see where they stand on the itchiness scale. I ordered some from Manos del Uruguay. I ordered one skein from Knitting for Olive, and I ordered one skein from Isaiah. And I would grade them accordingly, just like I said, in itchiness. Isaiah feels the softest, then Knitting for Olive, and then Manos del Uruguay for sure. But I will report back as I work with them, and I do believe sometimes they can change a little bit after blocking. This one did not. This one did not. I have ended up using 5 balls and 7 grams of the alpaca fingering weight yarn, and I used 4 balls and 7 grams of the lace weight silk mohair. And it was a joy to work with. Don't get me wrong. On the needles, it felt really nice. I don't know if I can talk about stitch definition. I love how it looks. It has lots of hair. I don't know how it is going to wear. I have not worn it yet. This is my first time. It's itching like crazy. It's mostly here, and I only have a bra under this cardigan. It's mostly here. I don't feel it well because it's not really pressed against my back and my stomach, I guess. But if I do press it against, I can feel it. It's very itchy. I'll try block it again or soak it overnight one more time and see what happens. That being said, I made the medium size. And the modifications that I have done to this pattern, so I did not use 2.75 millimeter needle for the button band. I switched to 3 millimeter needle, and I do regret that for a couple of reasons. I switched because I felt like it was pulling a little bit too much, which I think it was on purpose, should I say. I think if I continued with 2.75, this top up here would have been a little lower, which would have been nicer. And the buttonholes would be a little smaller too, which I'm having, as you can see, as soon as I touch it, the buttons get undone. So with that, I can do two things. I can either put in bigger buttons, or I could, because I'm never really planning on wearing this cardigan open, I could sew the button band through and make it a false button band and just pull it over my head. And while I do that, I maybe could cinch it a little bit, and that way pull it a little bit lower here. Kind of bothering. I don't like things up on my neck. I don't really ever wear crew necks or anything like that. So yeah, this is a little bit of a bummer. But anyway, I also opted out for the bishop sleeves, and I made them longer. So the pattern calls for 15.5 inches. And then you work the cuff. Let me show you this side is probably better. And then you work the cuff. I worked all the way to 18 inches because I wanted this. I wanted the sleeve to go down, turn, and tuck in into the cuff. If I did the 15 inches, this would have been the result. And that would not give me the nice balloon that I wanted, just like it is right here in the picture. And I don't know if that is overall modification for all, or I just have long arms. I have no idea, but I feel like the 18-inch sleeve, it's probably kind of my standard. If it didn't have the cuff, it would be like right here. And I think I did 18, yeah. So I'm very happy with how it came out. The yarn blocked nicely. It didn't felt at all. It bled just a little bit. Nothing major. I do have a video of that. It's not like the water was dark blue. It was barely tinted, and that could have been just a little bit of a fuss from the mohair too. What else? I did Italian bind off on the bottom and on the cuffs. My favorite. I like Italian sewn bind off to finish cuffs and lengths. What else? I very, very much enjoyed working on this cardigan. I think that while working on this project, I have found out, I always thought that I was a project knitter. Could not wait to have the finished thing. But during knitting this cardigan, I feel like I am more of a process knitter. I kept setting it aside and working on other things. Not because I was getting bored or because I wanted to work on other things. I was doing it because I didn't want to finish this project. I was enjoying it so much, so I was savoring it even during the time that I was working back and forth, stocking it. The button band broke it up enough. And like I said, the yarn was really nice to work with. It was nice on my hands and I enjoyed it. It's just not as nice to wear it on the body. If I had something under, it would probably be better. I do not plan on doing that. Maybe I'll buy a little nude color t-shirt or shirt, long sleeve shirt. But anyway, like I was saying, I really, really enjoyed working on this project and I didn't want it to end. Yeah, I think that I am not super sensitive. My skin is not super sensitive. As somebody with a sensitive skin would probably run the other way from this yarn. I can feel it. It's uncomfortable, it's bearable, but definitely not something cozy. I think that you can dress this cardigan up or dress it down. I only tried it with jeans so far, and I made a video that I will insert here. Yeah, this pattern is also available as a sweater pattern with the same yoke. The yoke is absolutely stunning. It's not as visible in this dark blue color, but it's gorgeous. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say about this project. I can't wait to make another one a little bit softer, a little bit more cozy for sure. And I would love if you have any yarn recommendations. I would love to hear if you have made or are about to make this cardigan or you're making it right now. What do you think about this pattern? What I forgot to say, that the pattern is written beautifully. It's absolutely stunning. It is detailed, but it doesn't give you extra information that would make you confused. You always know what to do, and it has charts as well as written instructions for the yoke, and it was perfect. The length was perfect, and the only thing that I had to modify was the length of the sleeves, and that's it. It fits beautifully, and I am very happy with it, and I can't wait to try some other patterns from Amy Lowden. That's another thing that I would like to hear from you guys. Have you tried any other patterns from her? What do you think? Any recommendations? Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for being here, spending time with me, and until next time, I hope your life is filled with happiness. Please comment, like, subscribe if you wish. Come back. Bye. Thank you for hanging out with me.